Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting sick and tired of all the inflammatory rhetoric involving our beloved former city clerk, Helen Kawagoe. Never in my life have I seen the blatant disdain and lack of concern for her well-being. I've said it once and I'll say it again until I'm blue in the face. I condemn in the strongest terms possible members of the Helen's Dream Coalition, and by association, Mayor Jim Deere, for what can best be described as elder abuse. It is painfully obvious that they are using her for political purposes, and I demand they cease and desist immediately. They have turned what was once a noble gesture into a three-ring circus. I will do whatever I have to put an end to all of this crap once and for all. Mayor Deere, it would serve you well to heed what I'm saying and put a stop to this right now. There are too many important issues for the City Council to deal with without the distraction of having to listen to all this bull night after night. It all comes to an end right now, or there will be consequences down the line. I pray that cooler heads will prevail. If not, I will lead a voters' revolt and heads will fly. I will have the last say on this issue. You can be sure of that. I will do whatever is necessary. You can be sure of that. I will do what I have to do. You can be sure of that. Thank you. Hello, Carson. You know, ever since I've started getting really involved in politics here in the city, it was let's say it wasn't very pleasant. Um, the mayor was, and I want to emphasize the word was, a close personal friend of mine. I was ambivalent about doing what I'm doing, but it all came to a head when I noticed that a bunch of his supporters were exploiting the former city clerk, Helen Kawagoe, and using her name and likeness for political purposes. That was the last straw. He could have stopped it, but he didn't. In fact, he aided and abetted the entire group. What really bothers me is that what really bothers me, and I think that well, I'm told that it bothers other people, that city business is being set aside to, well, how can I say it? The mayor chooses to waste time at city council meetings criticizing his opponents, belittling his colleagues, and frankly, I'm getting sick of it. That is why I'm speaking out. I will debate anybody. I will address issues. But I will no longer tolerate wasting city time, wasting our time to allow people like the mayor or anybody else, any other elected official, any member of the public, to use the public forum as a means to elicit personal attacks. I think it's time that we all put a stop to it. And frankly, I need your help. So far, I haven't been a victim, much like of personal attacks, much like his colleagues on the city council, especially those he disagreed with. I will tell you one thing. If he decides he wants to attack somebody in public, on the public airwaves, I will publicly criticize him. That's what I have done, and that's what I intend to do in the future. And you can bet that the upcoming municipal election, slated for Tuesday, March 6th, 2013, will be interesting. You have Mayor Deere and Councilwoman Lula Davis Holmes, who have announced that they are running for mayor, and you have Mayor Pro Tem Julie Reese-Raber and Councilmember Mike Gibson, who are running for re-election. I will address issues, and I hope they will refrain from personal attacks and address issues. And you can bet that I will be using this medium to address issues. So make sure you listen to what I have to say, and be sure you vote on Tuesday, March 6, 2013. Citizens of Carson, over the last few months, I have been speaking out on issues that I believe will have a bearing on the future of some elected officials who are up for election next year. Next year, the mayor and 2 members of the city council are up for re-election. Regardless of how you stand, where your political loyalties lie. We must decide here and now what's best for the city. The only people who are aware of what actually goes on at city council meetings are those of us who attend city council meetings, who watch city council meetings on television, or they just happen to read of incidents in the newspaper. I choose to attend city council meetings. To be honest with you, it's a lot like watching kids fight on the playground. They waste valuable time that could be better spent conducting city business. I sometimes sit there and shake my head. Now, I've said all that I'm going to say on the exploitation of somebody we all love and respect, former city clerk Helen Kawagoe. I will state unequivocally that I believe that the group that calls itself Helen's Dream Coalition, I believe they're exploiting our beloved former city clerk for political purposes. I've said it once, I will continue to say it. I firmly believe this. What happened at the last city council meeting should never have happened. And I plan on making this issue public. This is the worst example of political exploitation that I have seen. And I've witnessed a lot. I plan on providing a clip of the proceedings at which the exploitation occurred, and you judge for yourself. I refuse to allow this to become a campaign issue. That's why this issue is being aired now. Once this issue is resolved, then we can get down to the business of finding candidates whose sole purpose will be to serve the citizens of Carson and to lead the city in the right direction. I will not recommend who people should vote. That's not my job. But I will address issues that I believe need to be addressed. And through this medium, I will address issues and present my opinion on what direction the city should be led. If people choose to ignore me, that's fine. I've been ignored before. I don't care if anybody takes me seriously. I'm just expressing myself just as any United States citizen has the right to express themselves. If certain people don't like it, that's tough. They should learn how to behave. And I will not be bullied into shutting my mouth. That's the final word for now. Thank you.